Hey guys, my name's Logan, and today I'm going to show you how to get good coins consistently every time you go to the bank when you're coin roll hunting. These are some of the best kept tips, tricks, and secrets that I personally have learned since I've been coin roll hunting. I can guarantee you by the end of this video, you're going to be ready to go onto the banks and get those coin gems. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Tip number 1, finding the right bank. It's no secret that the bank you go to matters a lot. No one wants to waste time bank hopping trying to find the one bank that has the greatest turnout. So what I'm going to tell you, although it may be slightly controversial, will help raise the percentage of good coins you pull from your bank. I realized this earlier this year, but man, I wish I'd realized it long before that. So, the key to finding the right bank, drumroll please, is to look for banks in lower income areas. Yeah, it may seem bizarre and counterintuitive, but let me explain. People in poorer and lower income communities were hit especially hard during the recession of 2009, or like the late 2000s recession. And so for a lot of them, they had to pay the bills every month. And the way they were doing that was they were digging into grandpa's old change bin or any kind of change that they could find, and they were depositing it in the local banks. In fact, a lot of the lower income communities pay with cash and change a lot more than those more affluent communities. And typically the change and the cash that they use has been saved up for a while. Because most people wouldn't think to coin roll hunt in lower income neighborhoods, many of these banks are untapped gold mines for a coin roll hunter. I personally tested this lower income thing out to see if it really does work. So when I went to my hometown, there was a notoriously lower income community about 15 minutes away. So sure enough, I went there and I tested to see if this method worked. And although it was a 20-minute drive, the 15 additional minutes of labor I spent driving, as opposed to going to a local and more affluent neighborhood bank near me, was no doubt worth it. I exchanged about $100 cash for nickels, and I was at the door. When I looked in the box though, every roll was customer wrapped, and 5 of them were wrapped in rolls that looked to be like 30 years old. Those 5 rolls contained someone's 1938 through 1960 nickel collection. And how do I know it was someone's collection? They labeled it. You just won't find collections like that in more affluent bank neighborhoods. If you'd like to hear more about that experience, take a look at my last episode where I discuss that experience in greater depth. So in summary, scope out those maybe older and for sure lower income area banks near you because they're proven to be better than banks in more affluent communities. Just give it a shot. Tip number 2, test the waters first. No one wants to waste their time on a box of clad pennies, clad nickels, or clad half dollars. So why should you? Now that you know to go for a bank that's in a lower income area, find out which one produces the best returns. It's a common myth that you have to be a member at whatever bank you go to in order to get a box of whatever denomination coin you want, but it's pure fantasy. All you have to do is exchange the denomination box you want with cash, and they won't even ask you if you have an account with them. Now granted, if you come in with $1,000 cash and don't have an account, it's going to look a little bit suspicious. So the remedy for this, just bring in like $100 tops. Try and test that out and see if that works. That's a large enough sample size that you can get some decent coins in that box. And all you're really trying to do anyway is figure out if they have customer wrapped rolls, or maybe with the rolls that you do get, if they seem to be a little bit. Another tip that goes along with testing the waters, or just getting coins from any bank, is to ask for customer wrapped rolls or interesting looking rolls from the bank tellers. This is going to be especially important in those lower income communities, because like I said, a lot of those people are depositing the coins that they had in customer wrapped rolls from maybe like the recession or whatever reason they're depositing those coins. And a lot of those bank tellers will either give you all of the customer wrapped rolls that they have or just however many they do have, if they have any at all. And those are always going to, on average, those customer wrapped rolls will perform better than bank wrapped rolls. When you've taken enough samples from these banks, make sure to stick with the one that performed the best, but to keep in mind which ones performed well too if ever that bank goes stagnant that you're working on. And listen closely, because I cannot stress this point enough. No matter how many hours you sink into this hobby, if your bank is being used by a more affluent and wealthy community, even if you get more rolls, you will always get outperformed by someone that is going to a lower income banking area and getting less rolls. So in summary, figure out which bank had the best sample and stick with that one. Tip number 3, where to dump your coins. Now that you've got your bank and have already sorted through all the good coins you wanted, what do you do with the bad ones? I'm going to answer 3 of the most common questions about dumping the coins that you didn't keep coin roll hunting. First one being, is it okay to dump the coins that I coin roll hunt at? Do I have to go to a bank that has a coin counter? Should I just go to a Coinstar? I'm going to answer all of these questions so we can hopefully make it a bit more clear. Is it okay to dump your coins at the bank you coin roll hunt at? Generally, as a proven principle, it is not a good idea to dump at the same bank you coin roll hunt at. The reasoning for this is simple. You don't want to be looking through the recycled coins you'd already gone through. However, that logic is not necessarily true. It really kind of depends on the bank. But from my personal experience testing this out, a month of dumping and searching at the same bank did not mess up my coin roll hunting at all. But I may have just gotten lucky. Some banks, when they get coins, they ship them off to a local headquarters. The local headquarters will do like all of the counting and sorting and stuff, and then they'll disperse them back out to the local branches. Others have a more centralized approach, where they collect the branches will send the coins off to a centralized facility somewhere, and that centralized facility collects all the coins and then disperses them nationally. Do I have to go to a bank that has a coin counter? Let me answer this simply. No, you do not have to. In fact, if the determining factor of you using a bank or not is, does it have a coin counter, you need way better criteria then. Basically, most banks can do what I'm going to tell you right now. They can use the deposit bag method. You just finished your coin roll hunt, so you load it up into a big container, strap it into the passenger seat of your car, and you drive to the bank. What you do is you go inside, talk to the teller, and ask them for a coin deposit bag. Depending on which bank you're going to, they will most likely be able to give you one of those. And you just take the bag back into the car, pour in all the coins that you need, bring the bag back into the bank, and give it back to the teller. Now, there are going to be a lot of blanks and stuff on these bags, but most tellers, from my experience, don't actually want you to fill those out. All that they care about is the disputed amount that you say is in the bag. Just tell them how much you think is in there. They're going to do everything that they need to right there in the bank. It takes only a few minutes, and then they'll deposit whatever amount you said was in there into your account. Now, of course, whenever they take it to the either local or centralized headquarters where they count it all up, if the amount that you said was in there isn't actually in there, they'll deduct it from your account. It should be noted, though, this method is not a free excuse for a Coinstar machine, because most of these safety deposit bags take up to like only 2 or 3 different denominations of coins. And as well, check first that your bank does accept deposit bags or will give them out to you. Because if they don't, then you'd pretty much need to rely on the coin counting machine. Lastly, should I just dump my coins at a Coinstar machine? Absolutely not. Coinstar will charge you a fee that banks simply are not going to charge you. And what's the point of losing money if you can just take it to the bank and pretty much do the exact same thing you're going to do at the Coinstar anyway? The only real positive I can see of using a Coinstar in this situation is that you probably never have to look through your recycled coins again. But that's not true if the person that's operating that Coinstar deposits the recycled coins somehow in your own bank too. Coinstar should not be used as a dump site for your recycled coins. Well, those are the best kept tricks, tips, and secrets that are guaranteed to give you better returns on your coin roll hunting adventures. If you like this video, please make sure to like, and if you want to see more content like this, subscribe. And if you want to see some coin roll hunting in action, I have a playlist here of the nickel hunting series that I'm currently working on. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.